Hello everybody, my name is LTtrash, and today I'll be talking about my experience with the Battle for Azeroth Alpha. I heard originally that only big streamers and influential YouTubers were supposed to have access to the alpha, so I'm assuming it's luck. I don't know if anyone at Blizzard was like, let's find the shittiest WoW channel and throw him a bone. It's pathetic. I doubt that's what happened. So either way, I'm not complaining. I'm very excited to be able to play in the alpha and share my experience with you. For those of you who are used to my regular style of videos, this one will be less nonsense garbage and more concentrated thought. Mostly because I wanted to give you all an actual idea of how my first couple of hours within the alpha felt. For this video, I'll be discussing my experience with Nazmir, one of the new zones in the Horde-exclusive continent of Zandalar. Now I'm completely new to any sort of alpha experience. From what I understand, things are supposed to be less complete than they might be when a game is in a beta testing phase, so I'm not really sure what to expect. To start off, I was prompted to create a new character, and since the allied races are available to choose from, I had no choice but to make my new character one of the Nightborn elves. I don't know why, but ever since I was first exposed to them in Legion, in the literally stunning city of Suramar, literally stunning, put up a pic. I probably found it on Google, this is the place, guys. Ever since I first went there, I was drawn to this race. Now I'm gonna begin by talking about my initial impressions. I'm not here to do a detailed analysis on talent changes or ability pruning or anything of the sort, and by the way guys, they did prune those abilities, let me tell you. I was immediately impressed with the environment. World of Warcraft has never disappointed in this department. From the wide open landscapes in vanilla to the aforementioned city of Suramar, the art directors for this game have always been top notch. Nazmir is certainly no exception. The troll, dinosaur, ancient ruins aesthetic is one that has appeared many times in this game, from outposts in Stranglethorn back in vanilla, to troll-centric zones like Zuldrak in Wrath of the Lich King. However, I feel like they pulled out all the stops here. From the pterodactyl-like creatures flying in the sky to the new, detailed dinosaur models, they've clearly taken care to produce a very high-quality and immersive environment. There's this part I have to show you guys here. I literally had to stop walking my character just to take a second and soak in this view when I first entered this place. I think it was called Zobal, and from the relative safety of this hub, I looked off into the distance to see this incredibly imposing structure, which was made to look microscopic in comparison to this large, ominous blood-colored moon. This was a defining moment in my experience, and it almost single-handedly cemented my opinion that this zone is one of World of Warcraft's most creative and beautiful. Another thing I just had to include in the video to highlight the attention to detail is this area where there's an unending trail of troll spirits floating towards this ancient tomb. I believe it's called the Necropolis. This feels like a real place to me. The spirits, they're going, and they're gonna go where they were going, and you can see them, they never stop. It's cool. And as I wandered into the entryway, torches lit up as I passed by, and that acknowledged my presence as a player. It was here that I found myself fully immersed in this world, and honestly, it was an awesome feeling. Next, I'm gonna touch a little bit on the story. WoW is a game with a lot of quest lines and a lot of different stories, and I am about to tell you how I felt about the story that I played through. I already made that clear with the first sentence I just said. The story so far has been decent? It's definitely not bad, but most of the WoW questlines aren't. Basically, after arriving in Nazmir, you find out that blood trolls are bad, and it's time to destroy them, which is simple enough. They are bad. They're covered in blood. They got blood all over their legs. They're just bad. You just look at them and you blood, it's bad. You end up needing to recruit the help of some Loas, who are basically like big god spirits, and the intent is that they're gonna aid you in pushing back the blood trolls. The questline I followed took me to the aforementioned Necropolis in order to recruit the aid of Bonswamdi, the Loa of Death, or something like that. Bones, dead, zombies. He does dead stuff. A mysterious troll NPC guides you to Bonswamdi. You take care of some stuff for the good lord of good death, and you earn his good blessing. I had just about hit 111 at this point, so this is where I cut off my experience with sort of like the main storyline, but I fully intend to go back in and see just how far the alpha will let me go. Oh, and I did this side quest chain where you have to kill dinos, except this one because he's too cute and he's just a baby, what the f is wrong with you, in order to help this guy who talks to himself and who I was certain would betray me, to become powerful enough to kill this dinosaur. Oh baby, this dinosaur is so badass. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, he pretty much just eats this dude at one point. And they're like, yeah, this is what he does, so just eat your... Now, this questline was fun, but it had a little bit of a lackluster ending, and I don't know, alpha, maybe? Maybe it's just because it's the alpha. I don't know, basically I turned in the final quest, and it was just like, you know, da-da, and that was it. Nothing really happened. Outside of that, there's more of the same spirit, troll, you know, god stuff in this zone, but I enjoyed it. As I mentioned before, this type of environment isn't new to Blizzard, but I feel like they did a great job of making the plight of the Zandalar trolls one that the player can relate to. Plus, I want to unlock them as a playable race, which you can't do now, but you can do when the expansion comes out, and guys, they got normal posture. It's normal posture trolls, guys. They don't have the back thing. They're standing. I'm gonna start talking about the gameplay. General impressions about the gameplay. The quests are pretty much what you've come to expect if you played the last couple of expansions. I'm referring only to the quests I completed, of course, and keep in mind it is an alpha phase of the game, but I didn't feel bored or like the quests were too grindy at any point, and I'm sure the environment helped to keep me engaged and entertained. I played for just about 2 hours, and as I mentioned, I almost hit 111, so it was a pretty steady experience throughout. There was even one cool part where I noticed a rare mob on my minimap, and I jumped behind this mountain to find him chilling in his pad all alone. So naturally I murdered him, and I looted an alpha certified placeholder item. The cool thing about that experience is that I did get to see a new type of mob. At least I think it's new, I don't know, I haven't played in a while, so it's new to me. There's also a questline where you have to help a ghost child find her Mada, or Mada, or mother. I don't know, they say the word a lot here, and I'm not sure what it means in the context of the blood trolls. Maybe like matriarch, maybe? I didn't know if it was her actual mom or not. Either way, the voice acting was solid, and I thought it was a pretty cool quest. One thing I tried to keep in mind as I played through the alpha was that innovation in gameplay is not an easy thing for the devs to achieve, unfortunately. If they change too much, it becomes too novel and loses the core of what makes WoW so fun, but if they don't change enough, it can leave players feeling like they've been cheated or like the developers and game designers are running out of ideas. As it stands, with my experience, it's hard to say how much the actual gameplay mechanics have changed and whether or not they are for the better. I intend to run the dungeons at some point as well, so maybe that will help give me more insight. So far, I honestly think the expansion looks promising. It's hard for me to anticipate how long it will hold my attention, but I think it'll be fun for a while at least. I played every major expansion introduced to the game, and Legion was the first one to really hold on to me for a while since Wrath of the Lich King. Still, I stopped playing only after a few months, which was way faster. I mean, I was playing Lich King for years. I played it for years. It's hard to say if this expansion will save WoW or bring an overwhelming, majority of the community back to traditional retail WoW, but I can almost guarantee I'll play it, at least for a while. Still going to play through the alpha, so my final opinion is yet to be determined, and I will also play through the Alliance Zone of Cool Tiras, when I get the chance. So if you guys are interested in seeing a video about my experience there, definitely let me know. That's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you're new, you should definitely subscribe. Check out my other videos, which are more humor-centric and have literally no structure. If you're a longtime viewer, let me know how you felt about this style of video. It was different, as I'm sure you can tell. And it was fun to actually take notes and write out my thoughts on the topic, and I hope you all found it interesting. With that said, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.